on top of the hill we have only the ancient historical center today, where we are going to visit. But all around now you see these are all the local production, the vineyards of noble wine coming from Montepulciano. You will see the signs soon. And these are all, by the way, the name noble wine, here is the sign to the right, Montepulciano, it's written under it, difficult for you to read, Città del Vino Nobile, town of noble wine. So they are super proud of this local production. And the name, very generic, noble wine, is coming from one of these noble families that started the production. We don't know exactly which one it was, but it's an ancient tradition for sure, coming from those years when one of these families, noble families, started it, and then going on still today. So the name is coming from these noble families, and they are all made with the so-called Sangiovese grape, this grape growing in Tuscany. The noble wine from Montepulciano contains 70% of the Sangiovese grape, which is the wines you obtain with these grapes. They're often very full-bodied wines, and the color is ruby red. We can say you get the sense of cherry and aftertaste of cherry. So very, very strong wines. Also the Brunello wine is also made with the Sangiovese grape. The one coming from Montalcino, though, it's about 30 kilometers from here, a smaller little town, but over there they produce the Brunello, and that one is made with 100% of Sangiovese grape. Always these producers, they need to stick with a few rules, because the Montepulciano, instead the noble wine, 70%, the other 30% can be a mix of Merlot grape and Cabernet Sauvignon, for instance. So they need to stick with all of these rules, and that is all control guaranteed. And then sometimes also you read on the bottles the name Reserva. Whenever you see it's a Reserva, that means that first they keep these wines in the huge oak barrels, and you will see them in the cellar. Afterwards, sometimes they are also embottled, and that means it's a Reserva. So also they stay in these bottles for a few months, a few years, and the more it stays, obviously the price change also a lot, the flavor changes a lot, and a bottle from the 2015 will always be more pricey than one from the 2024. Also from Tuscany we have, for instance, the Chianti wine. It's produced in the Chianti Valley. The Chianti Valley is surrounding Florence, Firenze, and the Chianti wine, also the label of the Chianti wine is a black rooster. Think about it next time if you ever drink a Chianti wine, take a look at the label. It's a black rooster. Why? Because the Tuscan, the locals, they're very proud, as I said, also of their history. And there was a time when Florence, as I said, became very, very strong. They defeated Siena, second biggest town. And there is this legend saying that both armies, before one of the last battles, they had brought with them a rooster each in order to wake up the soldiers. And Florence had brought with them this black rooster, and it sang before Siena's, and that allowed them to defeat Siena's army. So they chose the black rooster for the label of the Chianti wine. So many famous red Tuscan wines, and also the super Tuscan wines, because